Hi, I'm Brooke Wallace, filling in for Max Brantley with your Arkansas Times news headline updates for Tuesday, January the 28th. Little Rock School District supporters are wearing black today to mark the 5th anniversary of the Arkansas State Board of Education's vote to remove the democratically elected Little Rock School Board and take control of the LRSD. State law limits state control of a local district to 5 years, but because of a questionable legal opinion by state education department lawyers, the district will remain under the state's thumb until sometime after November's school board elections, and likely indefinitely thereafter. The Arkansas Secretary of State, whose chief job is overseeing elections, made a heck of a clerical error today. It sent out an email to its mailing list telling Arkansans that the voter registration deadline to participate in the March presidential primary and judicial election was March 3rd. That's Election Day. The actual registration deadline is February the 3rd. The Secretary of State later corrected its error. On Tuesday morning, a small group of family members, friends, and community supporters gathered in front of 3112 South Ringo Street in Little Rock, where Ikera Tate, 21, and Brittany Tate, 24, were killed in a shooting on Saturday, January 25th, that also wounded Ikera's 2-year-old son. Benny Johnson, founder of Arkansas Stop the Violence, asked for people with information about the shooting to come forward. Little Rock City Director Ken Richardson, who attended along with Director Irma Hendricks, took his board colleagues on the city board to task. Quote, "I have issues with my colleagues who always say public safety is number one. We're not going to tolerate crime. We're not going to tolerate violence," Richardson said. "And yet we tolerate the conditions that produce crime and violence. I think there's talking out of both sides of the mouth. I think that had this happened north of Interstate 630, the city would have shut down," Richardson added. "We have had all kinds of responses, all kinds of press conferences and emergency meetings, a task force or a committee. And if it happens in certain parts of our city, we act as if it's business as usual. We don't pause and say, this is an aberration," end quote. Well, David Bailey, managing editor of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, will retire March the 16th and be replaced by Eliza Hussman Gaines, the newspaper announced yesterday afternoon. Gaines, 32, is publisher and owner Walter Hussman's daughter. She has been vice president of audience development for her family's Weco Media based in the Democrat-Gazette newsroom. She previously was editor of the Hot Springs Sentinel-Record. She has been instrumental in the paper's ongoing digital transition. It's been successful at retaining current subscribers, Walter Hussman says. But Gaines will face the tall task of trying to get the new subscribers to pay more than $400 a year for iPad delivery. Well, that's all the news we have for today. You can read more on the Arkansas blog. Thanks and see you tomorrow.